Okay. Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to Happy Life, Happy Soul. Glad you can join me today or whenever you get on. I'm glad that you could join me. My name is Amanda, and so last week I was kind of in a place where I was talking about something that I wasn't really excited about because it was kind of like a downer, you know. I mean, it could be positive, but it was kind of a downer. Good morning. And hey, God's country today. I was kind of at a place last week because I was getting all this communication coming to me, and and I just wasn't really excited about it, and I was kind of like all over the place, and it took me like 5 days to kind of figure out where I was going, and then I remembered that I really wanted to dive into the book. And hi, Joseph. Good morning. I'm glad you could come and join me today. I hope everything's going well with you. I really do, you and your family. So I remembered that I really wanted to get it to do this book, and last week kind of took me out of that realm. And then I also, as an artist, I was having like a creative drought, and it really put me in a place that I didn't like being. And so I feel like with the combination of the not really talking about what I was excited about and having the creative drought that I was having, I was kind of like in a sad place, and then I was like, oh God, I gotta find my way out of this. And so I pulled out this book that I'm going through with, and I started looking into it, and I was like, this is where I want to be. So when I first started, we were talking about the book and the different things that it has throughout the day for planning your day out. And then, but I wanted to start at the beginning, and that's where I was like, okay, we need a pen and paper or your journal book, and let's dive into this book from the beginning, and let's really dissect it and go through it together. And so that's what we're going to do today. So like I usually do in the beginning, I'm going to read a little something, and this is actually at the very beginning of the book, and it's by Gandhi, and from my understanding, he was a pretty smart fellow. So it says, keep your thoughts positive because your thoughts become your words. Keep your words positive because your words become your behavior. Keep your behavior positive because your behavior becomes your habits. Keep your habits positive because your habits become your values. And keep your values positive because your values become your destiny. And my husband, I always say he's a pretty old soul because his values are very old school. I am not allowed to open a door, and he will get upset because he's the man and he wants to open the door for me. If he stands behind me in whatever I do, he likes the fact that I cook dinner. He pretends like there's nothing there, but that's like his old school way. And he likes to be a teacher. He likes to teach me things. And I tried to tell him last night because he plays with numbers and stocks and stuff like that. And he's like, I really wish that you could learn this and be involved with me with it. And I was, honey, my brain doesn't work like that. My brain works with colors and shapes and, being creative. It doesn't work with numbers, and his brain works with numbers, so we got two different brains going on. So, and he's also really creative, which is kind of a bummer because I've seen him do some really great stuff that I'm like trying so hard to do, and he comes in and he just does it, and I'm just like, I give up. So anyway, so let's start this book off. So awareness and self-discovery, and its most important life questions. It says you want a timer, give yourself a few minutes, 90 seconds for each question. And so our first question is, what would I want to experience in life if time and money were not an issue? I want you to write that down. I'm going to give you a few moments. What would I want if what would I want to experience if if time and money were not an issue? What do you really want to experience in your life? You got to take that moment, think about it. And I don't want you to go to like, well, if money was no object, I'd own a Lamborghini and a mansion, because money does not buy you happiness. It can buy you things that you think are going to make you happy, and you're like, maybe that Lamborghini would be nice with the top down and driving through the mountains or whatever. I guess that could bring you some happiness, but like down deep, like, what do you want to experience? What are you looking for in life? And how do I want to grow? There's another question, your second question. How do I want to grow? What do you want to see yourself? Where do you want to see yourself? As far as emotional growth, spiritual growth. I was looking at Bible verses compared to manifestation verses. And it was funny what I came up with, because I'm going to read this. I've got all my little notes and tabs out today. So it says, as a manifestation and the laws of attraction, it's not possible for you to see its manifestation, because you will not be a vibrational match to your desire. So if you're wanting the Lamborghini, do you see yourself driving it? Do you feel yourself in it? I've always wanted a Corvette, because when I was a kid, my father had a 1972 candy apple red Corvette, had the side pipes, top went down. And as a child, I remember riding in that car and feeling that motor. It felt like the motor was flowing through you. At the age of 6, I was feeling this. And I was like, it's incredible the way this car feels. And anytime I think about owning a Corvette, that's that feeling I get. I'm like, oh, that vroom going through you. Nowadays, my dream car is a pickup truck or a Volkswagen bus. I know. Those are my dream cars. I would love to deck my bus out in, I don't know, either Renaissance or Star Trek, because I'm a big Trekker, or maybe my business, which is thecurvygypsy.com, Bath and Body Works. Oh, by the way, we are in my studio today. I have an appointment at 11 o'clock, so I knew that I couldn't go anywhere too far. I have it with my mother, and so I'm not on location today. Today we are in my Bath and Body and Junk Journals and Dreamcatcher studio. This is where all the magic happens. And I hadn't been in here for a couple weeks, because I said my creative juices I was on a drought. And so I came in here yesterday and I cleaned house, straightened things up, brought some things out that I like to create, and put things together. And so that's what I did. Here's the thing, is I have a schedule journal that I like to write like everything down that I want to do for the day, and sometimes I fill out the next day. There are pages of blank pages, and that's a bummer, because that tells me I'm not where I want to be. Now, some of these are great. They're just like all filled out on what I want to do in my studio, and then you look at the last 2 weeks and they're blank. I was just not there. And when you are a artist, or when you are a writer, or maybe something that you do that makes you you, and you get a drought, it really draws your strength. You're confused in your head. You just don't know where you're at, and you have to find a place how to get out of that. So your next question is, what do I want to contribute to this world? I like to pick up trash. I do. I like to go around and pick up trash. I don't wish it was like that. I did a video a long time ago when President Trump was elected. And there were all these people that went down to the White House and downtown, and they were so angry. And there was all these women that went down, and they were called snowflakes. And they were so angry that Trump had been elected. And when they left a mess. I mean, the streets were disgusting. And at that time, I was trying to go out and do my walks, and I'm walking down this road, and all I see is all this trash in the road, and it made me so upset that all these powerful women, all these strong women were coming out, and I'm totally cool with what you want to do, say your piece and stuff like that. Personally, I think women's rights were fought a long time ago, and we won. But yes, there are some things that we need to still accomplish. But the way they were doing it was really upsetting because the way they were leaving things. And I was like, you know what? If all these women came together and grabbed a garbage can or a bag and started cleaning up the world together, wow, what a miraculous feat that would be, and how awesome would our planet look if they all came together, if we all came together and just picked up some trash. So if you see me out on the road, 9 times out of 10, I'm probably going to have a bag in my hand and I'm picking up trash, because I want our planet to be beautiful for our kids, for our grandkids, you know. So that's just me. That's how I like to contribute to the world, is to clean it up a little bit and to, you know, help make it a little happier. And when I am not happy, boy, it shows. And it's so sad, because that is my world. I've told you that. I'm a joyous person, and when I get down in that dump, it's like, oh, what can I do to get out? And I don't, sometimes when I think, well, just fake that smile or fake a laugh, sometimes I feel like I'm cheating myself on not feeling this emotion, but I know that I don't want to live there. And that's where you have to find your how to climb out of that. It's okay to have that emotion. It's okay to be lost. Sometimes with that drought comes a downpour next. And the thoughts and the feelings, and the ideas, they come rushing in like a waterfall, and you're like, oh yes, there I am, I'm found. Grab me that paper, grab me that book, let me write some stuff down, or let me draw. I've been Zentangling again, and that's something I haven't done for a while. And if you look up Zentangle, it's a type of drawing, and you really need to be in it when you're drawing, because if you're not, you'll get a crooked line or a crooked circle or whatever. So you need to be in it. The best thing is to maybe have some soft music going on in the background, or something light, because it's a type of meditation, and it's really cool, and it's really neat too. So okay, so that was, what do I want to contribute to the world? And the next question, number 4, is who am I and why am I here? Knowing yourself, self-awareness. I am Amanda. I am love. There's a Star Trek episode with Barkley, and he's got a holodeck program going on where Troy is this beautiful goddess, and she's standing under this tree, and she's like, I am empathy and I am love. And every time I say that, I am love and I am joy, I flash to this episode. I am love, I am abundance. So being self-aware, you know, when you know who you are, honestly, the way you act is authentic. When you are lying to yourself and lying to others, there's no authenticity there. You're fake. And we don't want to be fake people. We want to be who we are all the time. Speak with honesty. People know who you are. Speak with conviction. People know who you are. They know that when they come to you to talk to you, to ask you questions, or maybe they feel like they need to help you find your happiness, they know who you are, and they know what can help you get to that place. My husband knew there was something going on, and he kept asking me, and of course I gave the old wife thing, I'm fine. And they know we're not, if you use the word I'm fine, you're not fine. And so he dove a little deeper, honey, I want to help you find your place, and I know that there's ways to do that because I know you, because he knows me, because I know me, and I am authentic. And that's the way you want to be. You want to be you. So, who are you? And why am I here? Good question. And that's a question of life. What are we here for? I was here to, raise my boys. I know that. I have great kids, and they're true followers of God, except for one. He's he's agnostic. I said it the other day, and he believes in something. So that's a positive, right? He believes in something greater. But my other boys are true believers, and so I'm here to raise my boys. I'm here to bring some light into the world. I think that's why I'm here. God only knows the real reason, but I think he likes me. I think he wanted me here. I think he wanted me to share some joy in the world. So, that's why I'm here. That's what I'm thinking. I'm here to create joy. I actually wrote this a little over a year ago, and it still holds true. I'm here to embrace life, and I've been doing that. What can you do to embrace life? Don't just keep sitting on the couch and doing nothing. Go outside, pick a daisy, take your kitty cat out and let her smell some flowers. Go for a walk, go for a hike, go into the mountains, smell the fresh air, and embrace life, feel it, enjoy it, caress it, live it. You are not living if you're just living in your house and not doing anything. If you're just on the internet living other people's lives and living through them, that's not living life. That's just watching life. Bye-bye. And I feel like I've been doing that a lot. And I'm like, I gotta get out of this. I gotta go. I want some roller skates so I can go roller skating, and I want the old type, and I want a paddleboard, and I want me and my dog to learn to go paddleboarding, and us go out and not go too far out because there's sharks out there, and then go in the backwaters. Be careful because gators. But that'll get our heart pumping. Oh, there's a gator. Let's go. But experience life. So, number 5, it says, where am I going and how do I want to be remembered when I'm gone? I once went to a funeral, and it was a young woman, and it was tragic. She was really, 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 really loved by many. Her church was packed. And everybody that got up there was telling us how good she was, what she did for them. Just the outpour of love that came from these people about this woman. And I'm sitting there going, gosh, I hope that when I leave, that, it doesn't have to be that large of a, gathering, but I hope the people that get up there can say some really great things about me. And that's another thing about being authentic and being true. People know that, and when they speak about you, they're not going to say, Flim Flam was really flimmy, or, oh, I wouldn't hang out with her. She's really just a boaster. She boasts a lot, and, I don't like that girl. She's cool. I would totally hang out with her. She's, funny. Smiles all the time. Holly, she's always saying it about me, and I love her for it. But she's always like, oh, you want to hang out with me? And she's like, that's what I want to hear. That's what I want to be said at my funeral. What do you want them to say when you pass on? What are you leaving behind? Are your kids, are they being raised with love and support, and so you're making better little people out of them, and people can see that, well, they had good raising because the way their parents raised them, or, what are people saying about, what are you leaving behind? It doesn't have to be anything major, just true. Honesty, integrity. Where am I going? That was the number 5. That was a part of it, and that's also how do you want to grow? Where are you going? Where do you see yourself? That question, where do you see yourself in 3 months, 9 months, a year, 5 years? Ooh, that 5-year one always gets me. Because there's no telling what I want to do in those next 5 years. I want to go to Scotland. I want to go to Ireland. I want to go see castles. I want to go to a Trek convention. I want to, blah, 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 blah. Where do I see myself at any of those places? Yes. I do. Every one of them. So it's like, where are you going? And how are you going to get there? What do you need to do? Unfortunately, everything is so expensive in the world these days, and you got to work your butt off to have anything, unless you have a degree and you have this like fantastic job. And good for you if you do. I don't. So I set my goals. I set my sights on little things that I can accomplish every day. Go for that walk on the beach. Reach out to a friend. Get that paddleboard and go learn how to do that. Experiencing life. Where do I see myself going? If you can say, where am I going? In little pieces, you can accomplish little pieces. They say baby steps, best kind. Take one step at a time, 1 minute at a time. And that's where you can see. You don't have to. When they say that 5-year plan, it's like, wow, I just want to know what's going on in the next 5 minutes. Do I really need to look ahead 5 years? Yeah, sure, you can put something outlandish out there, but really, where am I going in the next 5 minutes? And that's the easiest step. I can get 5 minutes done like that, So, I say do baby steps. Where do you see yourself in 5 minutes? Well, hopefully here with me. And then where do you see yourself after you hang up with me? Okay. The next question is, and we're doing good. We're probably going to go on next week to continue on this one, and it looks like it's missions and vision statement. So I do recommend having a little journal book. Okay, so it says, if I achieved all of my life's goals, how would I feel, and how can I feel that along the way? So again, your baby steps. Because they're really stretching things out here. If I achieved all of my life's goals, how would I feel? Well, shoot, I'd feel great. I'd feel awesome. Kicked all the buckets and did everything I want to do. I'm awesome. That's great. But I can feel that way in my next 5 minutes. Like, what did I achieve in the last 5 minutes? I do junk journals, and they're really cool. They're you tear up books and then you create new books, new pages. And this is one that I'm doing. And every time I finish a page, and it can take me, it could take me from 5 minutes to 20 to 30 minutes to create a really cool page with little pockets and little books inside that you can, write in and stuff like that. So, gosh, when I get one page accomplished, I feel great. And so that's the thing with even those little achievements bring joy, and you're like, yeah, I did that, and I got another 5 minutes to spare. I can do that again. Or, I can put together something, so anything that you accomplish, 5 minutes, 5 years, it's going to make you feel awesome. So I think that question is kind of like really of course you're going to feel great. And how can I feel that along the way? That's the same thing, I accomplished something in 5-10 minutes. I feel great. I'm going to keep that going. And when somebody steps into your bubble and tries to pop it, you need to tell them. Be authentic about it. Listen, you're in my bubble, man. I am trying to be happy. And let me tell you, I say this almost every other day to a certain person in my life. They come in and they try to, tell me something, and I'm like, whoa, I'm happy right now, and I don't want to be there. And they know that. So, I love you. You're awesome. But I don't want to leave my bubble. I want to be happy. So don't do that. Okay. What is the most important thing in my life? Your life. What is the most important thing in your life? What do I value the most? And what am I most passionate about? A lot of us, it's our family. Our family, we love them. I have someone in my family that I love, truly love. I don't like very much. Kind of a downer. I value her though, or him. And so, what's most important in your life? Your health. That's pretty darn important. Your animals, the house, your job. Well, unless you like it, that's important. You know, but do you value it? What do you value in your life? And that can go everywhere. The earth. Most important thing in my air. God, I love air. You know, so that is such a loaded question. You could fill that in with a whole bunch of stuff, right? My family, your family, or your health. What can I do in my life to show that I value them, that I love them, or my health? How can I show my body and appreciate it that I value it? It's getting me around. It's doing me what I need it to do. It's in whatever capacity. You know, you may have problems. I don't want to say problems. And I don't want to call them disabilities, because people that are missing limbs, that's not a disability to them. It's just life. And they value that they probably experience that or have lived with that. So I don't want to put any negative spin on that. That's not who I am. But you want to show those people or those things in your life, not things, because things don't need to see it, but those people, yourself, show people how you value them, how you love them. You know, just saying I love you, just saying you're beautiful, and just saying how much you care about them. Don't take people for granted, the ones in your life, because you never know when they'll be taking from you. So experience and enjoy and value every moment that you have with them. When you talk negative to somebody in your family, it really puts a hurting on their heart, and it makes them sad. And so instead of, if you've got something to say to them, you know, sit down, hold hands, and say, and do it in a loving way, because it makes them feel cherished and valued. And that's what you want to do. It creates a happy house, you know, and that's where we want to be. We want to have our happy house. We want to live in that place, that good place. And I think this is where I got lost last week, because the week before I had this wonderful pod video on being joyous and happy, and man, I just loved it. I felt so good all day. And then I went to that place last week where it wasn't a comfort spot for me. And now I'm feeling it again. I'm so happy to find me again, because I am that happy and I am that joyous, and I want to show value and I want to appreciate everything that comes into our world. Everything is a gift, and we have to remember that everything that we get, sometimes, again, it may be negative, but what did we learn? Are we grateful that we had that lesson to not repeat again? Everyone, it is 10:29, and I thank you so much for joining me today. We will continue to go through this book and keep answering those questions. I do hope that some of you join me so we can talk through this. 10 o'clock Wednesday, God's Country Today. I hope you all have a blessed day. I'm going to try to end this video to where the picture of me doesn't look all cockeyed. I go down and I look at the videos, and it's like my face looks all cockeyed, and I'm like, well, that's not how I wanted it to look when you're looking at it. Anyway, Thank you so much for joining me. I hope you all have a blessed day, and I'll see you next week. Bye-bye.